of Aquarius. Happy Saturday. This is a survival guide in the age of Aquarius. It's for all signs. And yeah, I hope these readings that you can walk away with hope and love in your heart and no stress. At least that's what I'm aiming for. Because I know that a lot of readings can leave you feeling confused and very stressed. So, my genuine hope is that you can walk away relaxed and ready for your day that's coming. So, I release these a day before the energy is supposed to hit. It can fluctuate, but I do try to hone in on the mass of the collective and what the energy will be for them. And this is for Saturday, the 25th of February. And yeah, we have Black Moon Lilith in opposition with, and she's in Leo, and in opposition with Pluto over in Capricorn. And there's a trine between Black Moon, Lilith, Jupiter, and Venus, and some other things going on. But so some sort of hard energies, but learning how to navigate is good. Anyway, so they gave me 3 of the oracle cards. The deck I use here is an actual tarot deck, but it reads more like an oracle. So this is mostly an oracle type reading, but hopefully you'll walk away with what you need to know to prepare yourself for Saturday. That is my hope. Anyway, the first card out was 35. A tall tale breaks down to an 8 for anybody that's into the numerology. So let's get started. By the way, infinite love and gratitude. And thank you for supporting the channel. And your likes, subs, and shares mean a lot to me. And let me know I'm doing what's needed. It's a real trying time, especially going through that spiritual awakening and having to deal with others that haven't. And that's my hope, that you can get a bit of a reprieve from the world, be able to sit back, relax, and really take in the information. That way it's not just one of those he said, she said readings and that leave you feeling anxious afterward. I want you to be able to take a deep breath, relax, and really take in the information. Okay? A tall tale. Denial. These are the key concepts for the card. Denial, concealing the truth so that you can manipulate and control a situation. Fear-based communication. Creating a narrative to hide behind. Not allowing the fear of what others will think to influence your words. Learning to communicate from a place of authenticity. So, there's possibility. Remember, this is the energy that's out there. So some of you may be, running into somebody that is a narcissist trying to manipulate you. Okay. But I think this is more in the lines, it could be, okay, because we do have a Knight of Wands here with the 5 of Wands. So for some, that is what's going on. But I think there's more to it too, of course. And I think that not allowing fear of what others think to influence you is a big deal, okay? And communicating from an authentic place, from a spiritually evolved place, Okay? You or someone else is telling a tall tale right now. You always know if a falsehood is spoken because it doesn't feel grounded, which is interesting because the moon is in Taurus over the weekend. So that's grounded energy, which is good. That's going to help us, okay, dealing with stuff like that. When you lie, you get high on an illusory sense of power that is doomed to fail at some point. You feel driven by fear of exposure, but sometimes makes you stick to your story even though you know it has no substance. There you go. Will they stick to their stories? Whatever lie we are caught up in isn't as important as the motive for it. Why does anyone lie? Perhaps we don't believe the truth is good enough, or we want to keep doing what we know we shouldn't be doing. I think that's why the devil card's been out in the readings. Then there is the lie put forth while in denial, such as hiding an active addiction. In this scenario, we may believe our own lies, the tall tale, the white lie, the stretching of the truth, and the blatant fabrication are all about control. The desire for it, the lack of it, the need to maintain it so we can manipulate the outer world and hide our inner one. Mm. Yeah. Narcissist stuff, right? So some of us are going to be dealing with one, evidently. Or some of us are aware that everybody is actually born one, and there's different levels of that, different degrees, and how far you've come on your spiritual path, because narcissism is ego, basically. We're all born with it. It's what keeps you alive, keeps you diapered and fed, etc., and your needs met, right? It's outgrowing that is the problem that we have going on. People not outgrowing that, the me thing instead of we, because it should be we, not me. Okay, today ask for the truth. Be willing to pay the price and be okay with the vulnerability your lie is exposing in yourself and others. Transparency is required to get to where you need to go, to be truly empowered, to reveal the strength of what is true and authentic. Any other path leads to a dead end. Remember the saying, the truth will set you free. Yeah, no doubt. My favorite card in the entire tarot is the Ace of Swords. The truth will set you free. And get ready to fly unfettered. Okay. Wise words. Okay. Call of the Muse 31. I like where this reading's going. Okay. Key concepts: creative expression, being in the flow of creativity, tuning into inspiration, allowing creativity without being self-conscious, writing and journaling as a means of connection. When you feel the call of the muse, you are being invited to create, to be the artist choreographing your life, serving on behalf of the great artist, divine source. While the process feels intensely personal, your ego and self-identification are ironically the most unnecessary parts of the equation. Here's the ego. Get rid of it so you can flow. While you might think you own the magic of your creativity, can you truly say you're the source of the inspiration? Think about that. Are you truly the source? Just think about Mozart. He's like, the words just came in my, the music just played in my head. I have the same exact thing happen that he described. I actually get calliope music. all kinds of stuff. That's telepathy coming from your teams. You hear how people get into a zone when they're doing gaming or creative projects, when they're sketching or um, anything where your mind is off of everything else but what you're doing. That's when the flow comes in, okay? Because the ego gets sidelined. Similar to the spirit of genius from card 29, imagine your creativity stemming from another spirit guide, the muse. Just as the genius needs to partner with your intellect, so too does the muse need you to open your heart and let magic flow through your intuition and emotions. Stop seeing yourself as the center of the process and instead see yourself as a partner in a creative dance. Sometimes you might be inside the music and the feelings, the story and its expression. Other times you observe from the sidelines, watching it all flow from an unknown yet deeply intimate source. Today, your muse is calling you to be a channel and allow the creative energy to flow through you. The energy of emotion is waiting to be given a voice, a name, a shape, or a color. That was confirmation. Journal. Finish that writing project. Start something new. Paint, sing, dance, and don't worry where any of it lands. It has its own plans for you. Your muse knows where this is all meant to go. For you, the big magic is in the experience of answering the call. I like that. Very nice. And great big love. Key concepts. Love without conditions, romantic love, and how that experience changes you. Deep and profound, harmonious connections and soulmates. Love heals all wounds, begins all life. It sustains you when you are starving for grace, when you stumble and fall, and when you lose sight of your purpose and fall prey to the limited perspective of the ego. We're talking about overcoming the ego, overcoming the inner narcissist or the outer one. So some of you may be experiencing one, it would appear. Yeah. And for others of you, you are a narcissist trying to heal and learning how to do that. How do we stop doing? Everybody, if you listen to a video about the description of what a narcissist is and what they do, you all, every one of you, from the day you're born, have done one or more of those things. Everybody. Ego helps you survive. It's what gets babies fed and changed, etc. But that's why I say, because they say narcissists can't be fixed. I don't believe that. I believe they can when they identify themselves and they want to fix it. But it's getting them to slow down long enough to realize that they are. Now, that's like getting an alcoholic to admit they're an alcoholic, drug addict, food junkie, whatever. Okay? Those are all egoic things, right? And getting attention is another egoic thing. Some people just do it simply to be seen. It's like they just want to be seen or heard, right? So keep that in mind. So this is a lot about ego check time. Now is the time to fall in love and call in the awareness of the great big love that made you, which is ever pulsing through your veins. There's a heightened sense of awareness in the beginning stages of a relationship when nothing else matters but who is in front of you. You see them, you see yourself in them, and you move in sync with the cadence cadence, of your heart. You surrender to the magic you share and engage in a harmonious dance that is seamless in its movements, rising and falling with each movement, each breath. Although this card may portend such an intimate connection, you don't have to wait for a partner to experience it. You're being invited now to explore love and in all its beauty. Can you love without conditions, without needing things to be perfect? Do you love your life, what you do, and how you contribute to the world? Today, invite love with a capital L into your inquiry. Oh, that's funny, because I accidentally sent a capital L to my husband um, just by a typo mistake when we were texting while he was at work. And it was a capital L and then an infinite heart. And yeah, the L was an accident, but was it? That's so funny. I do love synchronicity. You will be amazed, and your very question may be changed as a result. Love is the strength you need today, the lens you must look through to find the truth and your way. Love is the way, and the only answer. Yeah, love is what wins this war with changing our narcissistic society. Yep, it is one of the keys. Infinite love and gratitude. Yeah. Okay, so that is for the oracle cards. Now we're going to get into the Star Tarot. And we start with the Five of Wands, which was in Friday's reading. Interestingly. And what's even more interesting is that Ace of Wands that's in Friday's reading is on the bottom of the deck. So the energy flowing through the weekend, it would appear. So that also is an indication of a possible volcanic eruption that will flow through the weekend in real life. If you understand as above, so below, as within, so without, that will definitely, you'll understand why I say this. Okay. The Five of Wands erupts with change, conflict, and struggle. But it also brings the opportunity for expansion and renewal. Eternally, the fiery energy of the wands ignites a restlessness that doesn't want to be held back. Externally, the Five of Wands creates chaos in different aspects of your life. It signals a challenging, energetic time that is exciting, scary, and confusing at the same time. Everything seems to be shifting and moving in different directions. Yeah, earthquakes. You know, the whole thing with Turkey. I did do a reading that was talking about Gaia and that she's angry. And that was before the Turkey-Syria earthquake. And it was talking about volcanic eruptions and things of that nature. So and earthquakes definitely are a precursor to volcanic eruptions. So we may be seeing a little of both there this weekend. Just heads up. Not trying to forecast doom and disaster. I'd rather avert it. So any energy that you have that you can push that direction to diverting how angry our planet is, ground into her and try to calm her down because she's angry. Very. The calm, comfortable place you once enjoyed is falling apart. The key to the Five of Wands is to hold on to your spiritual center as both the inner self and outer self. confronts change and navigates conflict. Holding your spiritual center has nothing to do with your ego. Your spiritual center is this. This is being centered, that balance. Your spiritual center embodies your inner personal power where you can find peace and balance during the chaos of life. The gift of the Five of Wands is rebirth into a new identity, lifestyle, or path. The Five of Wands brings upheaval within the inner and outer structures of life that do not support your spiritual evolution. It is happening. The more you fight it, the harder the process will be. The fiery, aggressive wand energy burns away outdated parts of the psyche and your physical environment to create space for growth and expansion. Internally, the Kundalini has awakened, shaking things up, ascending upwards to birth a new expression into the intellectual conscious. If you harness this creative energy, it will awaken new ways of thinking and creating. Metaphorically, the physical body is the eggshell breaking apart as a new life emerges. The Five of Wands forces you to stretch and grow, breaking out of your shell, transcending to a higher level of spirituality and living an authentic life. When the Five of Wands appears, you will experience change, struggle, and transition into your life. But if you are up to the challenge, the Five of Wands will generate breakthroughs in your lifestyles, values, and ideas. It forces you to confront and burn away outgrown beliefs and patterns, moving you forward into transformation and growth. This card invites you to participate and test your abilities in life's game of rivalry and competitions. This powerful energy of wands will push you to new heights in career, relationships, and achievements. It is not an easy energy to manage, but if you can, you will empower yourself and your life. In the image of the Five of Wands, a volcano is erupting, illustrating the masculine creative force that wants to explode into the world. This energy is creating chaos, disrupting the otherwise peaceful evening. The woman is connected to the volcano and the fiery pool of spiraling creative energy. She is holding her center as the Kundalini star erupts within, and the burning energy flows through her out to the world of matter. Her protective green cloak represents rebirth, growth, and harmony. She holds the 5 white calla lilies, bringing light within, over her heart chakra, symbolizing the peace she holds in her heart during the disruptions of life, or eruptions, evidently. The Five of Wands, 5 senses of man, are budding into expression, seeking spiritual and physical balance. Wow, right? All right. We have the Knight of Wands. So this is fast moving fire energy. It's not as fast as air, but it's fast. Here we go. The Knight of Wands is the sun warrior of creative will and life force. He embodies the elements of air, mind, and fire, spirit, balancing and integrating divine intellect with the fiery masculine life force that expands into spiritual creative force. Nice. The knight is passionate, clever, swift, spontaneous, loyal, and ready to take on any new adventure or challenge. He tests and expands his intuition and creative life force, experiencing the excitement and abundance that life offers. Unsettled feelings constantly drive his inner life force. His overabundance of energy continually seeks new outlets for channeling. His fiery spirit fuels this energy mentally and physically, driving him to discover deeper parts of himself, exploring the depths of his creative expression, accelerating him to greater accomplishments in the world and ultimately growing closer to the divine. When he is connected with Source, he becomes a channel for divine energy, transforming and expanding it through his creative process. The Knight's goal is to channel the wild and raw creative life force, manifesting it in beneficial ways for humanity. If the Knight of Wands can contain and direct his energy, he can complete achievements beyond expectations. He symbolizes the entrepreneur, a person with vision, and the bringer of inspired vision. The Knight introduces energy, vitality, and new ideas to any situation. His energy is infectious and ignites those around him to tap into their creative life force, so they too can expand their lives and achieve their goals. The Knight of Wands is a passionate and courageous being. This charming and charismatic knight can also be impatient and arrogant. His compulsive free spirit doesn't always plan ahead, which can result in unexpected situations that diffuse his spirit. He can easily become bored and uninterested, having difficulty seeing things all the way through. This knight's energy needs a grounding outlet, though sometimes it just needs to run its wild course, bringing it back to center. When the Knight of Wands arrives in your life, get ready for some real adventure. He indicates travel, change, or challenge. A challenge, evidently, since we have the Five of Wands. Okay, where were we? Let me find it. Okay. There we go. Sometimes unexpected. There is electricity in the air. It is a great time to put ideas into motion. The Knight brings a surge of creative energy that brings a grounding outlet. He indicates a need to learn how to harness this energy by setting boundaries and making a plan. He encourages you to take spiritually inspired adventures or trips. He sparks interest in expanding your creative horizons. The Knight's strong creative energy and intuitive inspiration will ignite the life force within, awakening the soul self. You become a channel for divine inspiration that wants to be manifested. You feel alive and inspired, wanting to engage with the world around you. Heightened sexual energy arises. The Knight of Wands brings hope and healing to any situation. He can also point to the beginning of a passionate romance. He indicates moving to a new location. The Knight of Wands brings you strength and courage to live your life with creative passion. The Knight of Wands and Archangel Michael energies are one and the same. Michael is the first archangel created by God, the highest ranked angel, bringing divine protection, hope, truth, strength, and courage. Archangel Michael symbolizes the power of life and the element of fire. Like the Knight of Wands, Michael holds the fiery sword of courage and hope, cutting away any fear that holds one back from being their true self. Michael is the ambassador of protection for humanity. In the image of the Knight of Wands, you see a determined-looking young man holding a fiery phoenix wand. He and his stallion are ready for action. His flaming phoenix wand is the symbol of eternal life, the link between heaven and earth. The wand burns away anything that holds back truth and healing, allowing rebirth, purification through fire and resurrection. The stallion symbolizes freedom, power, and wisdom. The knight's helmet and boots are decorated with a dragon. The two dragons represent the polarities of the base and crown chakra and the energy of the Kundalini life force flowing up and down the Sushma, seeking an outlet. The dragon is a symbol for healing, wisdom, regeneration, new beginnings, and life force. The Knight of Wands armor has the symbol of the lion on his breastplate, representing his courage and dedication to the divine light. His tunic is yellow, the color of the sun, decorated with the symbol of Leo. His red cloak is also decorated with stars of inherent memory. The King of Wands gloves and armor on his shoulder has solar symbols of Leo the lion. The Knight of Wands wheel of fortune represents the solar star, our sun, energizing, enlightening our quest through life. It is encircled by the 4 cycles of the moon. It reminds us that life is ever-changing, continually offering us new choices and new paths. The sun is shining its light on your path of external development. That's interesting because the sun has been not just the Mother Earth, but the sun, the flares that. So we may have to see some of that too. And it's really interesting. The scientists caught on the north axis of the sun a giant filament that spun off in a giant tornado fashion. And it's weird because I caught that energy before about a giant red tornado, and somebody else was talking about they dreamed about one. Well, it happened. It was on the sun. Interesting. So, volcanic activity, fire activity from the sun itself, possible over the weekend. Eruptive, explosive, fast energies, okay? Being able to maintain balance through all that. As above, so below. Some of you, this could be something just as a sexual interlude over the weekend with a partner. It could be something to do with gaming over the weekend. I mean, there's so many things when you look from the micro to the macrocosm. So many things this could be. Some of you, this could be something to do vascular, because when I see this wands energy, it reminds me of vascular stuff. So some of you may have some vascular problems over the weekend. So do take care, okay? Pay attention to your loved ones around you, okay? Then we have the Queen of Swords, cutting out what no longer serves. Card of Libra for me. But the astrological aspect in this deck is Aquarius. Elements, water and air. And that is Aquarius, water and air. We're the only sign that has both. 2 elements. The shield, Eagle Mandala. The eagle also represents Archangel Gabriel, Yahweh, Enlil, and all the other names. Michael is Inky, etc. Anyway, I digress, and represented by the lion. Anyway, here we go. So the lunar aspect for this is full moon. The Queen of Swords is the celestial queen channeling pure divine light, thought, and truth. She symbolizes the mother goddess of purity, light, and divine wisdom. The queen embodies the elements of water, emotion, and air, mind, by balancing and integrating fluid, feminine, intuitive wisdom with the airy, divine intellect. She expands the energies into intuitive wisdom. Her intellect and perception make her a leader of authenticity and justice for humanity. Gracious and just, she approaches all situations in life prepared with focused authority. The Queen of Swords is independent and confident. With a photographic memory for details, she symbolizes the ultimate problem solver. The Queen does not recognize excuses or justifications. As a warrior of truth and honesty, she does not tolerate false perceptions of herself or others. So for some of you, you're going to be running into somebody that is going to trip your trigger if you stand for the truth. And you can see a narcissist a mile away. Yeah. So that's for some of you this weekend. As a warrior of truth and honesty, she does not tolerate false perceptions of herself or others. She thinks ahead, makes a plan, communicates it, and takes action. With a precise mind and strong will, she cuts through confusion, fear, and doubt. Some may find the Queen of Swords stern and intimidating. She is the least emotional of the four queens. The Queen of Swords shares the elements of water and with her sister queens, but her strong mind, air, fights the feelings of the heart, water. She has experienced deception, loss, sorrow, and life's hard knocks. Her independent, brilliant mind helps her survive her travels through the lessons of the suit of swords. Rather than become a victim, and that's definitely what you don't want to do. If you've been a victim of a narcissist, don't be a victim. You aren't a victim. Do not get in that mentality or you'll draw them into you. And you'll never get rid of them. Just saying. Okay. So don't put up with any BS or nonsense this weekend. It's the best way to break it down. Okay. Okay. Rather than become a victim, the Queen worked hard through her challenges. Through her difficulties, she has become wise and powerful. Her struggles and misfortunes have made her a woman to reckon with. In her journey through the suit of swords, she suppressed her emotions, not wanting to expose her heart. As a result, she is more confident conducting herself through her intellect, viewing emotions as a weakness. Yeah, that's something that I definitely have struggled with. Being in connection with emotions. Her challenge is keeping her mind and heart in balance, giving both equal respect. She needs to recognize that her keen perception comes from her intuitive abilities. This noble queen needs to mend that bridge to come into her full power and potential. The Queen of Swords is a powerful force, and when she arrives in your life, get ready for transformation. You will be asked to clear about the path you've taken. Be clear about it. Are you following your Dharma? What distractions are you allowing to misguide you? Her lesson is to be very clear, honest, and forthright about your choices. Discover your power by facing and removing blocks and fears that hold you back from your truth and free will. Truth is a transformative energy that brings you to the threshold, portal of any challenge, demanding you cut through any belief systems or patterns that fog the mind and block the heart. The Queen of Swords awakens the sacred warrior of clarity and truth within you, cutting away the blocks that shadow your inner light and strength. She brings you wisdom and healing. In the image of the Queen of Swords, the Queen sits on a swan throne, symbolizing her purity, grace, and beauty. The rainbow behind her is created by combining the elements of water and air, symbolizing the bridge between heaven and earth. Aquarius is the bridge between heaven and earth. Even in the Bible, think about what he said. Follow the man carrying a pitcher of water. It's actually a woman that carries a pitcher of water. It is Aquarius. Her starry crown opens up to the divine energy, receiving heavenly truth and inspiration. The Queen's sword is the sacred unicorn horn of truth that brings peace, purity, and balance to her mind and heart. In her left hand, she holds the clear quartz crystal of communication and memory, transmitting information and energy between the universe and Earth. The Queen of Swords dress is decorated with a large white butterfly covering her chest. The butterfly symbolizes the memory of her true purpose and destiny that lies in the Queen's heart, and the transformation and healing that happens when the mind allows it to unfold without judgment. The yellow color of her skirt symbolizes the intellect. The rainbow-colored butterflies flying outward represent all the beautiful possibilities that lie in the heart waiting to be manifested. The eagle mandala symbolizes the vision that can be explored from the expanded heights of spirit and the freedom to follow your heart. Wow. Profound? I would say so. We should all strive to be that Queen of Swords. Okay. It overcomes narcissism. And then we have Lady Justice. It's an 11 card, the 1111, Age of Aquarius. 1 equals A. Okay, Awakening and Ascension. Age of Aquarius. A. Okay. Justice. Inner balance. Justice stands holding her scales in balance, weighing situations and making fair decisions. The scales are part of her actual being. Her two-edged sword of discernment and intuition are lined up with her 7 chakras, keeping her decision-making in balance and ready for action. The sword represents the clear, creative mind, directly applying and bringing realistic answers and solutions to the table. The sword also represents strength and power that come from justice, holding her inner balance. Justice represents keeping your inner balance centered as you live your life in the chaos of the world. Like I said, this is a survival guide in the Age of Aquarius. I'm not kidding. Justice encourages you to look deep inside yourself and identify any contradictions throwing you off kilter. Balancing your intuitive self and spiritual values with the conscious mind and moral values brings inner strength and clarity to make just decisions. Justice's number is 11, the number of vision, new consciousness, balance, heightened awareness, intuition, and insight. Justice works with all matters of earthly law, cosmic law, and karmic law. Justice integrates the balance, these laws within her when decisions need to be made. With the Justice key, you begin to take responsibility for your choices and actions, weighing and measuring your next move. You realize that the steps you take will not only impact you, but also others. Justice helps you live your life in balance. Okay, had to take a drink of water. It's a lot of talking. Okay. You realize that the steps you take will not only impact you, but also others. Justice helps you to live your life in balance without the inner tension of opposition. When unsettling situations in life arise, they can leave you hanging with no solution or with indecision. Your clarity and direction become foggy, signaling a time to still yourself and go within and listen. The mind and heart will duel as long as you feed the fire. Let the sword of discernment and balance pierce the pool of the subconscious and inner wisdom. Meditate and let the poles of opposites come to rest. A solution will arise. It may not be what you wanted or expected, but it feels right in your body, heart, and mind when you have an answer. Justice represents the laws of nature, moral law, legal law, and the laws of the universe. She reminds you there is divine justice. Her purpose is to be fair and impartial while seeking truth and answers to a decision. She encourages you to weigh matters carefully before making important choices that will affect you and others. She stands strong with intention, always taking the righteous path. When justice arrives, she brings a choice or decision that needs to be made. Justice whispers, don't be impetuous. Step back, connect with your spiritual and moral values, quiet your emotions, use discernment and your inner wisdom. Choose what you know is right rather than what you want it to be. Do and be the best that you can. Be a vessel for the divine light to shine through with the understanding of cosmic justice rather than ego justice. Justice brings forth legal matters and financial contracts. Review everything with scrutiny. Get all the facts. Cross your T's and dot your I's. Justice brings the gifts of fairness, harmony, truth, honesty, reason, and balance. A decision will be made. The symbolism in the justice image. Justice has iridescent peacock wings symbolizing integrity and renewal. The feathers symbolize reincarnation and karma. The eye in the tail feathers represents the discerning, watchful eye. Justice wears a deep blue dress representing faith in herself and connection with divine energy. Her scarlet cape symbolizes her courage and passion. The sun rising in the back is the light of the inner illumination and the development of inner justice. The crescent moon presents the ever-cycling choices in life. Behind justice, the tree of life grows and flowers with promise of truth. Her crown is connected to the tree of life, allowing her to tap into divine guidance and truth. Justice balances the scales. One scale symbolizes her heart, the other scale, her mind. The balance point of these scales are at the third eye, insight and intuition. From this point, the arrow of truth ascends to the crown chakra. Once the scales are balanced, the decision is made and it is now part of the universe. The golden sword is part of justice. It is in line with the 7 chakras and descends into the pool of intuition. It is a two-edged sword piercing through illusions as well as representing choices. The emblem over her heart chakra brings compassion that she expresses in her decision-making. The 2 trees have carved stone pillars embedded in them. The one on the right represents mercy, the masculine, and the one on the left, severity, feminine. Justice herself represents compassion, holding the center and balance of the 2 pillars of severity and mercy. The 2 waterfalls flow into the pool of wisdom and reflection. The stones on the left waterfall are white, symbolizing thoughts of the mind. The stones on the right waterfall are black, symbolizing the compassionate heart. The waterfalls mix in a swirling pool, balancing and inspiring a clear response that travels through the sword and into truth. Libra, balance, diplomacy, and unity is the astrological aspect to justice. Venus, love, beauty, and harmony is the planet of Libra. Libra's keywords are we are. Not me are, we are. I love that. It's interesting because Venus has entered into Aries, fire energy, and we got fire here and justice. Yeah. So it's going to be an interesting weekend, it would seem. So this reading is for Saturday. Infinite love and gratitude to all of you for watching, and I do hope this helps you transverse the energy of the weekend. And yeah, remember the micro and the macro. Some of you, this be a little blip on your map. Others, this is a big blip on your map. And you'll definitely look back on this reading and go, yeah, yep, that happened. For others, it's silly blips on the map, okay? The energy, it just depends on your chart, on how this plays out exactly. Anyway, I hope it does help you. And yeah, do like, sub, and share. More readings to come. Have a good Saturday.